You know, for every government that comes, as an observer, you observe. There is no, that's why they say governance is continuity. And inside that continuity, there must be a gap. It is that gap that whoever wants to aspire to fit into that position, it is that gap that person will capitalize on. I've seen there's a lot of governance deficits. If there was no deficit, I think our president in his initiative will not come with any autonomy that just come. It was a deficit over the year. And those deficits, it was what was capitalized on by the president that brought on autonomy. I discovered a lot of lapses in our edge here. Prior to this time, our edge here had been existing and a lot of fantastic infrastructure development was going on. But I discovered along the line there was a collapse. So I'm motivated by this deficit, which I've taken note, cut across all the 774 local governments. And that deficit is what I've capitalized, and that is my core motivation. Secondly, having been a participant in auditing for quite a while, I've served with the local government in the capacity of a chief press secretary. I've been exposed to a lot of information. And those information guides me that if they didn't run it well and people are still yearning for change, then someone else should be motivated to do it. So governance deficit and the gap was my number one motivation. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayobo, and then just like the chairman mentioned earlier now, you actually mentioned one aspect I want to go into, which is LG autonomy. Anyone who is familiar or who is conversant with the news would know that in the last few weeks you have had conversation as regards LG autonomy, the back and forth between the Supreme Court and governors and all. So that's an aside. So just like you mentioned, he said one of his core mandates is IGR development. So I know you must have identified some of the ways to grow the IGR in Ayobo Ipaja local government here. Just like you mentioned that there's still a broader engagement which is coming up. But can you just tell us a few or one or two things he has identified as a way to grow the IGR for this local government? Because for autonomy to be realized, then the local government must be self-sustainable to generate IGR. So what are the ways he thinks or he has identified to grow the IGR of Ipaja Ayobo?
What I just want is very fair and credible election, which is the democratic process. And about the deposit, I've just mentioned to you that around this environment we have a place we can develop as beach. That is the only one that can be seen on the periphery of it now. But for people that want to invest, to be critical about an environment when you invite them for summit, survey, and all this, they can find more. When I mean finding more, some community don't know that there are mining sites around their community, but today they discover there are lots. Just like I said, an assistant on that God cannot create people in a place where He can sustain them. So there are still deposits around, special economic zone can still be developed around, mineral resources can still be tapped legally by taking a legal document from the appropriate quarters. You can bet me sure that more of all this is being done from the social angle. How do you socialize with the government in power for you to know what you have and how you can tap it? However, some local governments are viable today just because they socialize well, they move for an investment drive well, they move beyond the common governance that we know. That is why my agenda is critically anchored on creative governance. And you know what creative governance means? A myriad of approach that are uncommon. And those are the adoption that I want to. If you can see, why did I call this today? It looked like an aberration even to local politics. I know many of them, they will say media hangout. It might be an aberration. But I want a situation whereby I want to start a pipeline of a new governance style that I call creative governance. And I'm not debating from that. So when this wind goes out now, they will know something is happening somewhere. And a new agenda is being set for 2025. Thank you so much.
So my name is Abraham from Eclipse TV Online. In addition to that, we see people their promise, this, I'm going to do this, prior to election. But shortly after they have been elected, you just see a different kind of a person entirely. Whatever their manifestos are, before election changes totally. So, like you said, what will make you different, what should we be expecting from you that you will do differently other than what has been done, in the past?
Honorable Fatoki Abiodun, we know you've spoken well, and we know your intentions are good towards this, your program, being the chairman of the Ayobo local government. So what I want to ask now is, I know you must have seen the lapses or abnormalities in the local government. So what change you want to effect on what you know that has not been okay in your local government? What are those things you want to effect changes that you know that creating a negative image to the local government? So want to know how you want to prevent the changes.
My name is Emmanuel Ikama. To add to what they have said, can we take this as your official declaration? And if yes, which party are you coming out for?
He's talking about what would I do different, what make me different from other politicians. Where one hand tó bá máa sọ pé tó bá máa para sọ pé lẹ́rìí òun wà ní ọ̀run.
Interpretation.
Yes.
Interpretation.
The thing is that if you want to make a good lie, you will say those ones that will be your witness, they're already dead. Let me put it simply like that. Some of my professional people are here, both in Lagos Chambers of Commerce, that I call them veteran. My professional experience so far has shown me that I am an uncommon politician and I'm not like those ones that have been on ground. And different training. In the Latin Christ already, charity begins at home. You can see, and my teacher people here too, my teacher readers, and tell you that. Then what will I do different? If the governance I want to run will be so open and be contributory. That contributory approach means that as you are meeting me today, you continue to meet me. If God's willing, I elected as the chairman of Hon Fatoki Abiodun LCDA. So there will be contributions from the populace to run the government. What I call creative governance means to demystify governance. You must let people have appropriate contribution. Stakeholder engagement, people's engagement, one-on-one conversation with people within the political world and the business community. That is doing different. The lapses I've seen so far is infrastructural decay. And I'm not going to say because I don't really stay here alone, I travel all over. Even within Lagos, some local governments are infrastructural better. Our own is a different case. So our infrastructural development has to be tackled head on. It has to improve more than it used to be. So that is what I will do different. On common exposure, demystify governance. And official declaration, yes. One thing you test bodo. I've said this and I said it again. I am not making a reverse on this declaration anymore. If you take it as official declaration, that is fine. But I still know there is other fantastic program ahead to let people be aware that I am running for the next president. And then the question you said, whether under which party? We've received a lot of information that we should stop flagging party, but I am an authentic and registered member of All Progressive Congress. And I did not just start as an All Progressive Congress member. I was an Alliance for Democracy member. We started and metamorphosed to ACN, and later AC, and now ADC, formed under the Legacy Party, AMPP, and all other ones that joined us, including the MPDP. So I am a member and a registered member under political ward P. Barua, Fatoki Abiodun Olumide, and I've been an ESCO. I've been a treasurer of the party. I've led many registrations. So I'm an authentic member of All Progressive Congress, the ruling party presently that is ruling the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
My name is Akala Drive. Generally people call me lecturer. Looking at the position of Ipaja Ayobo
local government in Alimosho local government, as an offshoot. You will know that it's a very special local government, that all eyes are on local government. How do you want to run an inclusive government which will involve the youth, the elderly, and the aged one? I want you to let us know how you are going to inculcate women emancipation. The role of youth will not be overemphasized, and also give to whom is due their rights. Thank you.
Presently, Lagos State is sitting on a tripod and a political structure. We have the CDA and CDC, and when you talk about elderly and community engagement, it's a veritable place for you to run and engage the stakeholders that holds the communities in terms of community affairs and youth. And again, we can talk about the National Youth Council of Nigeria, and then we talk about the Lagos Youth Development Initiative to engage the youth. Then, in my own prolific reading, I've discovered an area that I'm on tap. It's about engaging the business and entrepreneur in governance of a local government. What they just see is that they see taxes passing to them, but they never enjoy what taxes. There should be a conferences and summit around those people to let them, to tell them how you want to secure their business within the ambit of the time or impact as a local government here. People are only happy to spend their money when they see that they can get something back. So I'm working on that to engage entrepreneurs within the LCDA, the business communities, the young ones, what I call innovative forms. People that have a lot of business ideas that they, or business units that they want, like a startup. Because I can tell you categorically that artificial intelligence is here. Business is going beyond that normality now. So that has to be tapped. I think that is the area you can use to get it. That is what they want to do. That you want to engage them in an area that is important to the business they are doing. A business that is like Yahoo, but it's not Yahoo.
Correct.
And there is a lot of money. I'm not talking about Naira in money, I'm talking about foreign currency. So we're going to develop an innovative form around that too. And I think I have relationship I can leverage on, both local and international, to make this work. Thank you so much.
You want to ask your question in Yoruba, Ejo, in Igbo, in Hausa.
Yes.
I'm here to
interpret.
No problem. I will interpret. French.
Please comment. I want to.
Can I comment? Yes.
You want to ask me?
Comment is critical.
Yeah, I just want to please my colleagues. I want also, I'm begging you sincerely. I'm sorry if I sound personal or unprofessional. I'm here because I believe in you. And that's the truth. We are together at the chamber. I know what you are.
You should be chamber, sir.
Lagos chamber.
Lagos chamber.
Lagos chamber. Yeah, so I mean, so I know what he can do, and I believe in him. So I'm appealing to that beyond the call of duty. That's my appeal. We go out to other journalists. We also have ideas. He has made a very critical point of inclusive governance. He is going to make his government contribute. So I'm just appealing to us as colleagues that beyond the call of duty, if you have ideas that can help him, please, beyond writing, is somebody you can trust and have a sense of gratitude. Look at that. Whatever you do to have flaws to him, you get back definitely. That's not my appeal. That I believe in him and share with him if you give that opportunity. Thank you very much.
To our colleague that just spoke, and I have this to say. Now, if in the aftermath he is not given the chairmanship slot and is asked to become the vice, will he take it?
I think we should wait for the position of the political.
I don't need to do all this I don't believe in anything government because everybody will promise for later than disappoint. But I know him very well. The short period I knew him, like 5 years, 6 years now, is a very good man. For me to be quite sure what I'm doing to come here, I know that he don't touch me. He will even do more than what he said.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, to also add to what the honorable people have said, in fact, I used to call him Dr. Olumide. We've been together for years. You know, he's a very, in fact, he's so free. In fact, you need to know more about him. He has, you know, relationship with so many people, so many industry, with Chinese, with Indians. I don't know. He's a great guy. If eventually, God willing, and he comes on board, as we are all praying to be, the environment of this Ayobo Ipaja is going to change, honestly, because he has connection with Chinese, with Indians, with all these manufacturing companies, and Japanese and others, even with the federal government. So please let us support him and let us also pray along with him, because it's not easy. To be a chairman is not easy, you know. At times you wouldn't even sleep, you will be, you know, have some things running. So please let us join hands together with him, and also let's mobilize for him. Let us mobilize for him, please. And I also believe that the Lord will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So, Sha, do you have anything to
Yes.
say?
Let me. Okay.
Let us know that, like, if you are trying to tell us you're good in this and that, you will give us the best. Definitely, there should be weaknesses and where your strength lays. Can you tell us?
Yes, I can. What I would basically say is, when you talked about strength, I believe when I have a lot of people around me to say through a particular project, it works. So I'm a believer of people. So which means the opposite is when I want to make my brand known and I don't see people around to support my brand, it's a very great difference to me. So and the reason why I'm trying to canvas higher, especially on this space. Now I'm not talking about the job duties, and I'm talking about in this arena that we are now, and that we are discussing only governance and politics. People is the key. People will make you the kind of brand you want. So it's a very good step for me to see people.
You are going to be different from what we've had in the past. You are going to be giving us the way we wanted it and all that. So now that you're telling us that you want us to believe in you, how do you manage or how do you handle failure and setbacks? That was the reason for that question, your strength and your weakness. So how do you handle setbacks, failure and stuff like that?
There is, I believe for when a setback comes, every setback to me is for you to go back and plan again for moving forward. So when you principle critically is once you are set back, there's a higher place for you. So I see it as there's another place. I've been politically set back, I've been professionally set back, and here I am today again, still making it.
Oh, okay, nice.
So give us.
And I have a background study in mechanical engineering from the River State University of Science and Technology, Port Harcourt. At the same time, I discovered I have to do more of my job in relationship management, and I took courses both home and abroad in that. I attended prestigious Nigerian Institute of Journalism. I got my PGD in advertising and PR. I have a lot of certification as well. My career started with an insurance industry. I've dealt with law in Rock, financial house like Akawa, and IKEA in those days. But there was a total departure. Immediately there was evolution of this present GSM. So I moved to Nokia Nigeria. That's where the business started, and I moved from LG, Nokia, BlackBerry, and after some time I was taken off to work as a country manager for the 5 countries. So Ghana, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and I came back again because I saw what chambers are doing all over the world. So I joined the Lagos Chambers of Commerce and Industry. I quitted Idiaba and I came back to the industry again to disseminate and artificial solutions with traction Nigeria. That is why I am present. I am married with 3 kids. And presently I'm doing my master's in strategic management at the University of Texas. I think that's absolutely
Find yourself. Good one. That's good. Good that I have known you. The story of yesterday is not now. I know you.
Yes.
This is
That's
who you
the
are.
essence of this.
Yes. I now know you. Good. Sir, I want to ask you. I don't know how you see polygamy. I'm not saying polygamist. How do you say polygamy? 1. Then 2 again. You know, while you are trying to introduce yourself, you talk about scripture. I don't want to assume for you whether it is biblical or Quranic. I want you to say that. How will you take religion's relevance when you are eventually elected as chairman of Ipaja LCDA? How will you take religion? When I say religion, I'm a Buddhist, so I'm sitting down. You know, somebody is recording me. That's the truth. How will you take religion when you are elected? If an Ifa priest will come to you, how will you see them at that time? They voted for you. How will you see a Christian who does not go to church? How will you see a Christian who go to church? How will you see Muslims and others? Thank you, sir.
All right. Your questions are very social.
Good afternoon, Honorable. I know you very well.
Your name, sir?
My name is Shokon Koyemi, popularly known as
Amuludu.
I'm a typical Nigerian, Yoruba to be called. Honorable Fatoki, 2 questions. I'll take one from what he said. What is your disposition about the Isheshe Day? Nigeria is a multi-religious organization, but it seems that we give more prominence to the Muslims and to the Christians, and we, sideline where we are coming from. There's that agitation that August 20, incidentally is my birthday, should be given to the traditionalists, in quote. Easter to the Christians and Christmas and the Muslims, Kabir. Now, if voted in, how do you, like you said, choose to harmonize that and make that a reality? That's number one. Number 2, Ayobo Ipaja is my constituency. And Ayobo Ipaja, we know what is happening in Alibonshaw as a whole. And Ayobo Ipaja is looking for somebody who is a playmaker, a libero, somebody that will pull all the fractions and cliques and caucuses together. And I know you belong to one of those caucuses. With the issue of godfatherism that is going to extinction now, how do you see yourself managing all those caucuses so that Ayobo Ipaja can forge ahead? We have been backward, very, very backward. Took me time getting there, and that's why I knew we had to come, pick bike, negotiate, maneuver, just to get here. So I'm coming from Korodu to cover the event. So how do we see you doing that?
I said the scripture says, men are clearly prepared. That is what the Christian is. We in Islam, you can marry as many as 5, as the case may be. And I'm a believer of humanity and the choice. Life is all about choice. You play by the choice that came according to the dictate of your leader. You believe 1 man, 1 wife is okay for you, that's fine. If you believe you want to do as many as possible, that is equally fine. But there is a sojourn somewhere. They will say we are all going to where? Somewhere. They are Ghana, somewhere. But I know when we get everybody goes to the place of service. But one thing that the church cannot do is that. That's one. The two on religious, again, I want to talk about, somebody mentioned the same thing. Everybody has a right to practice his religion. If you ask me sincerely, if all the holiday have been declared for other religions, I don't see the reason why holiday cannot be declared for the one. It's our own. My name is Fatoki. I'm a Christian. But I can't just 100% I don't believe in what we are doing. Because if I say that, then I will say the labor of my forefathers are here. I don't know where it's sojourn now, but I know I'm going to sojourn still one day. Based on the belief in my God. So religion is not a problem at all. Then you talk about a lot of fashions and campuses. It has been, Lagos has always been like, you know, my belief about it is that whenever the political equation wants to be shaped, it brings up a lot of fashions. People pick tactics, you pick your tent, according to what you believe, according to the leadership you believe. After some time, this will be. But I believe in one thing, the superiority of the party. It has happened. It used to be justice forum and all that. Now, it has come back to that again. When it comes to settling on the table. But for me, I am a level player. I have friends both in all the purpose. I have people that believe in it, and I still want to have more. It's the essence of this networking. To have more people across all these that can disseminate and take your information to the leadership that you start. Best candidate is always best candidate, whether you are in ASM, TLM, or back home manager. All what I want is best from the Ayobo Ipaja LCDA. Same time, I know. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nítorí ẹni tí ó ń dupò ipò alága ní ìlú Ìpájà Ìbọn wọ́n ti fi èdè Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà kan tẹ́lẹ̀. Mo wá ń wo kíní kan bọ́ yẹn jókòó yẹn mo ṣe ń wò wọ́n ẹni ń wò wọ́n dáadáa láti tó wá fẹ́ bí wọ́n di Nàìjíríà lẹ́nu yẹn. Mo wá rí jọ wájú jọ wà yé mi wọ́n á wò pé àwọn inú òwe tó ẹgbẹ́ wọn dáadáa àwọn máa lè pè dáadáa yóò ní èwo ni kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ kí ló wà fún ọ̀fẹ́ tí alága tí ó ń gbé ipò ààrẹ alága yẹn wọ́n túmọ̀ ẹ̀ fún àwa Hausa wà níbí o
Thank you very much for discussing. That's a big one, it's a huge one.
O de ba parí ẹ ká lè lọ síbẹ̀ ẹ fẹ́ kí wọ́n sọ lédè Yorùbá ká tiẹ̀ gbọ́ ká gbọ́ torí Yorùbá ni ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ẹ wá lè máa fi ìlú túmọ̀ ẹ̀ fún wa bọ̀tẹ́ ẹ sọ ní lédè Yorùbá.
Tí mo wo ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú nínú ayé mi mo rí pé sẹ́mo tó gbogbo òpè ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni gbogbo wa ní àwọn kan wá sọ pé akọrin ni wọ́n àwọn kan wá sọ pé alàgbà ìjọ àwọn àkọ́kọ́ wò sí lára àwọn alàgbà ìjọ ẹ̀ lò àdé sí lára àwọn lèmọ́mù wọn kò sí tọ́lọ̀ ń pè wá sí oye ká lè fáìlì àbáwọn Yorùbá tí wọ́n bá jẹ́ ọ̀sán tí wọ́n fẹ́ dà fà akọ́ṣẹ́jáyè so akọ́ṣẹ́jáyè tèmi ni jọ̀ọ́ rẹ̀ pàdé tó bá jẹ́ Christian jọ̀ọ́ rẹ̀ pàdé tó ń sọ pé leave the crown for him tó bá jẹ́ Christian ẹ bá lọ wo Psalm 45 tí Yorùbá bá wà níjọ mi pàfẹ́ my political name jọ̀ọ́ rẹ̀ pàdé leave the crown for him.
àwọn èèyàn béèrè ọwọ́ yín ọ̀rẹ́ yín ló béèrè tó ń kẹ́ débẹ̀. èmi ò béèrè bí ní nígbà wà ní mo béèrè.
My heart is inditing a good matter. I speak of the things which have made touching the king. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer. So when you look at the symbol, which is the original symbol, this one was adopted as a crown. There was a pen and a crown. Àyà mi wu ohun rere kan, èmi ń sọ ohun tí mo ti ṣe fún ọba ní kálámù àyàwó akọ̀wé ní ahọ́n mi. So that is where the other party come from. And it was huge from that time to date, 2011 to date. And it has been my political name. The other party leave the crown for him. That is why it symbolizes the crown. And for humanity's sake, purple is for what do they call it? humanity, giving care. That's why I adopted for public. So it is Jore Pade.
Like Jawore.
Jawore.
Like leave it.
We came here this week that we came with 3 years. Was supposed to be here before now, but we thank God that's here. I just want to say this about our friend. He's a friend, he's a brother. We know him much, and we used to pray for him that may God make him be our chairman. Because if God do it that way for us, all of us we are going to enjoy it. We are going to see a real difference from him. Yes, the marketers, the business people, they are going to know what we are doing. About the areas, the 2 areas, all of us we are believe we are going to enjoy it. So let everybody put our prayer together to pray for him. So because we believe, we have belief in God. Why if we know somebody, if we know somebody, this person can do it. We will say it out, but we pray for him. Because help us. That's the little my son seems to say it. So let's pray for him together. The Muslim way, the Christian way, which any way. Let's join hands to hand to work for him. I believe at the end of the day, he will give us results.
Amen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna atina kalikal sara wa salili rabbika wa nihar. Inna shani'aka wa tabtar.
Thank you so much.